So I just had to see this, so you have to see it too. Tuna loops. Tuna fish and Fruit Loops. So I guess this opens a discussion about weird combinations of food that probably shouldn't exist, but yet people do anyway. Now I know the jokesters out there will be like, oh, like pineapple on pizza. Don't knock it till you try it. And especially if you're going to some place like Cece's or some place that has like a pizza buffet. You know, you're eating all that salty, all that savory, and you wouldn't believe that if you're trying to eat as much as possible to get your money's worth, that little bit of sweetness and tanginess from the pineapple really cuts through all that salty savory, and it really gives you that energy boost to keep going. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but you know, you're sitting there eating like nothing but say pepperoni, right? You're gonna feel sick like after a few minutes because of the flavor, or you know, sausage or whatever. But you have a little bit of pineapple, add a little bit of sweetness to it, cuts right through, and you're like, ooh, yes. I mean, obviously, you're not sitting there like you know, just scarfing down pineapple pizza. No, you kind of use that as a, you know, a way to break up flavors, because again, it's pizza. A lot of salty, a lot of savory, a lot of everything except for sweet. It's kind of like when you watch, you know, like professional eaters, um, like you'll have like what would like Man vs. Food, right? You know, Adam Richman would go in and you know he has to eat like or drink or whatever like milkshakes, but then it's like he gets all the same flavor or something that's like don't do that, don't do that, don't do that at all. You know, you get several different. It's like if you need 3 or 4 of them, get different flavors. You drink one, you'll be so tired of like if it's like this big and you gotta drink all of it, drinking it all, you know, you'll be so tired of it. It's like, oh god, that vanilla, that was just I can't handle it anymore. Then you take the chocolate, you do the same thing. You know, it's nice, it cleanses the palate, but then after you get to the bottom and finish it, you're tired of the chocolate. But every time you take a sip from a different flavor, it kind of like reinvigorates you. You'll see it like with Eric the Electric, or Joel was in Joel Hansen, where you know they'll be eating something and they'll put like different toppings or you know condiments just to keep the flavor profile different. So flavor goes a long way, but when you have something like tuna loops, uh, I mean, I would say that would add a textural difference. You know, from the soft, mushy tuna, you have this nice crunch of the Fruit Loops, but the flavor profile of the Fruit Loops, this would probably make it taste like vomit. Have you seen our vomit? Um, that's sawed dough. No, mister, accent all the dough. For people who don't, it's like, John, I still don't understand the reference. Triggering intensifies. But, you know, you could just use protein powder and call it a day. Protein powder and tuna? Nah, I like the crunch of the Fruit Loops. Let's see if anyone else has just just no. Just just no. Something's gonna sound like people fighting in a dumpster. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so disgusted. I must try tuna loops. If that gets me built like you, I'm about to load it up. Blocked. Police have been called. You belong in prison for this. I was hoping that people would say what kind of like other things are like, oh yeah, you know, try this instead. Yeah, I know. FBI. I'm calling the police. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. Kill it with fire. Buff Sabrina Carpenter has gone too far. At FBI, surely you cannot allow this to go unpunished. I beg your pardon. Um, but yeah, it's like, what are those? You know, you hear about like pregnant women and like, oh, ice cream and pickles or whatever. But I'm sure we all have some kind of weird flavor profile that, most, you know, for me, is, I mean, I actually like, when I used to work at Burger King, I was actually trying, peanut butter on burgers, like the Elvis burger has like peanut butter and I think banana and stuff like that. I tried peanut butter on it. It's actually really good. It's actually really, really good. Um, and it's kind of like I said with the pizza, how the flavor profile of the peanut butter, really cuts through the savory meatiness of the meat. And it adds a bit of extra saltiness. It adds a bit of, you know, nuttiness. Um, I think I did try it with jelly as well. It was actually really good. But then again, I mean, I think maybe it was just because Burger King burgers are just so bland. They really are. They're so bland. They're basically taken out of the freezer, put into the broiler, they go in, come out the other side. There's like no seasoning or anything. It's just bland burger. So maybe that's why it tasted so good because the burger itself really didn't have much of a flavor. Its flavor kind of comes from everything you pile on it. The ketchup and the mustard and the onions and tomatoes, but the burger itself really doesn't have much flavor to it. I mean, there's that charcoal flavor, but that's not the meat flavor. It's just charcoal flavor. But yeah, peanut butter on a burger. When I was a kid, we had like cream cheese and jelly sandwiches, which really good. Um, Probably where my obsession with cream cheese came from. Like if I have a bagel, I can't just put a little bit on. Like it looks, you know, like I'm putting it on. It looks like a triple, quadruple stuffed Oreo with how much I put on. That's how much I love cream cheese when I have it. Um, what other weird? I'm not thinking. I'm trying to think of ones that I've tried that wouldn't. I mean, I know like peanut butter chicken. Went to a Chinese place and had peanut butter chicken. It was actually really good. Um, that I told my friend about it, and she's like, "Oh my god, that sounds disgusting." I'm like, "Don't knock until you try it." And then she tried it, and then she became obsessed with it. It was, you would think she was pregnant with how much she was craving it. Um, but she was like, "Oh, it's really good." I'm like, I told you, don't knock it till you try it." Um, what other? I know we're talking about like weird things like this, but if you're gonna add in a crunch, I would say add in something that has no real flavor to it, like Cheerios. They're pretty bland. You'd still get that crunch, but you wouldn't get that fake fruitiness of the Fruit Loops. So if you're just doing it for from the textural perspective, then maybe you know uh, uh Oreo, not Oreos. Wow, Oreos. Just throw some Oreos in there. Um, I'm just no. Have some Oreos. Those things are good. Um, Also, did I say Oreos instead of Cheerios? I mean, either way. I mean, I'm sure you could put Oreos in there, but I'm talking about, yeah, Cheerios. I think I was meaning to say, but I was like, for some reason, thinking about cookies, being fat and all. And I just said Oreos instead. No, Cheerios. The Cheerios really don't have much of a flavor to them. Um, even with the like honey nut Cheerio, it really doesn't taste much of anything. So if, like I said, if you're looking for a textural difference, you could add something like that, or let's just like regular cornflakes. I mean, that would be you know, you take the cornflakes, you put them in there, and you kind of make like a tuna salad kind of thing. You know, crush them up and kind of mix, you know, with mayo and stuff like that. That could probably be a good combination. Give a little crunch to it. But Fruit Loops, Fruit Loops. I don't know, but like I said, everyone has their own little weird flavor that they like. Me, I like licorice. John, are you? Yeah, I love licorice. You know, and people are like, oh, you know, licorice is bad and it's gross. Is it? Do you like Italian sausage? You notice how Italian sausage and licorice taste the same a little? You want to know why? You want to know what's in Italian sausage? There you go. I guess you like licorice after all. There you go. There you go. So you can't say you like Italian sausage or Italian food, but then say you hate licorice. Because guess what? This stuff's used in a lot of it. You ever wonder how you eat Italian and kind of got a little licorice flavor to it? That's why. So I guess you don't hate licorice as much as you say you do. I think you're just going in on the trend of people hating licorice. Anyway, if I was able to drop this mic, I would. But you know, I can't because it costs a lot of money. So I'll just but yeah, let me know your guys' weird flavor combinations that you like. Like I said, for me, it's, you know, uh, the peanut butter on uh, burgers. I think I tried putting it on actual burgers that had flavor, and it was still pretty good. So, you know, but yeah, let me know. Also, for all you people who are devout haters of you know, just staunch haters of licorice. Well, guess you learned a little something today. Guess you won't be eating Italian food then, huh? Stay away from my culture's cuisine. Yes, I'm Italian. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.